Hi Twisters, today we're going to make an owl. For this one you need 2 brown 260s, either 2 golden rods. I'm going to use 1 golden rod, I just split it in half. 1 for the beak, 1 for the feet, and a white 260 for the eyes, and a white 260 for the belly, which I'm not going to inflate yet. Or if you want to, you can use a little piece of a 350 white for the belly, or you could use a piece of a 321, or you can use a little 5-inch round for the belly too. But just in case all you have are 260s, you can use those too. So let's get started. We're gonna inflate our 260 browns with a 5-finger tail on each one, and make sure you let air out of them before you tie it to make sure they're nice and bushy. So what I do is I like to inflate them the whole way and squeeze the air down to make 5 fingers, and then let another little puff of air out before you tie it, just to make sure they're mushy enough. And so let's get started with that. And on the owl, we're going to start at the ears. And so what we need to do for that is make 2 little 3-finger bubbles, and then a 1-inch bubble, which is about a cherry tomato size bubble, a little round one, and we're gonna pinch twist it. So it's gonna look like a little foot and an ankle. Do the same thing with the other 260. A 3-finger bubble, it's probably like more like 1.5 fingers. It's a round cherry tomato size bubble, pinch twist it. And what we're going to do, these are going to be the ears of our owl, and we're going to crisscross those back and forth. So you want to go down your balloon about 3 fingers, squeeze it so the air is out. Hold on to that. Do the same thing on this one. Go down about 3 fingers, give it a little squeeze to let some of the air go towards the tail so it's not so tight, and hold that. Now that you have both of these, don't leave go. We're going to wrap them around each other right there. So it looks like 2 tiny little legs. Okay, and then what we're going to do is take one of the balloons over to here and twist it around right under that pinch twist. Twist it around 1 or 2 times. Do the same thing on this other balloon. Twist it around 1 or 2 times. So you have this, and we're gonna aim this right up here like that. And now what we're going to do is go across the back of the head of the owl. And all you need to do for that is just lay this down, and wherever that pinch twist is here, squeeze some of the air if it's getting tight. Wrap it around that pinch twist like that. Go back across the other side with the other balloon. That would be the longer one. If you got them confused, just hold them up, see which one's longer. That's your other balloon. And then lay it across the back of the head and twist it around. So then whenever you flip your balloon around, you should have something that looks like this. Put your pinch twist on the side, put the little ears up, and you'll have this. And now what we want to do is go down the side of the owl. And what we're going to do, like on his side, we're going to put 5 fingers right here, squeeze it if it's getting tight, twist it around. Same thing here. It's going to be the same size on the other side. Twist that around so you have this. Go back up to the back of one of the pinch twists. Go back up one of the sides, twist it around that pinch twist at the bottom of the ear right here. Do the same thing on the other side. Twist that around. If it's getting tight, give it a little squeeze. And then we're going to tuck these wings right in the side, right like that, just a little bit, so they just lay in there on the sides. So right like that. Now these wings are going to be way too long, so we're going to have to cut and tie them off. So however long you want the wings, you can do it now, or you can wait till we're done with the balloon to decide. You can cut them off right there. If you want to, you don't have to. You can loop it around 4 fingers and give it a wider wing like that. Which I guess I'll try that. Why not, right? I usually don't do that, but you can. And then this part, you could just tuck in. But I think that's like too much of a wing, like too much going on. So I'm only gonna leave the loop there, and then I'm gonna cut and tie this off. So you can smush the end down, cut the top off, and let the air out. And then just knot it. I'm gonna give it a little tie right there, and then just wrap that around. And I'm gonna tuck it in the back of the body so you can't see it. Do the same thing with the other side. Decide whether you want just to cut it off right here and give it a little owl wing. That's what I usually do, but I wanted to see what it looked like with the loop. So just so it matches the other side, I'm gonna go around 4 fingers and wrap it around this pinch twist, mush down the end, cut that off, let the air out, tie it in a knot, and just kind of wrap it around and tuck it in the back. So now it'll get pushed in right like that. So now we want to add the feet on the bottom. That'll be the next thing, and then we can put the body bubble in. So for the feet, I'm going to inflate a golden rod, or whatever color you want the feet, 260, with a 4-finger bubble, like that. And then I'm just gonna separate it in half and tie it up above, just like I do for like eyes that I add to animals. I'm just going to make 2 pinch twisted bubbles, like this, and then you just tie them around, like you just twist them around, like that. And then right down here at the bottom of this triangle, pull this down through so the feet are on the bottom, and just kind of give them a spin so they're not going to go anywhere. Like that. There's your owl's feet. And then next we'll do the body. And then last we'll do the eyes, okay? So you could do the eyes or the body next. It doesn't matter. So if you have a 5-inch round, or a piece of a 321 or 350, you would just inflate it big enough to fit inside this hole, just to stuff it. So I'm going to inflate this about, I don't know, about like from my armpit to my wrist, because I don't exactly know how much I need, but I don't mind breaking and tying stuff off. But it is easier to put a little round one in there if you don't like to break and tie off too much. So I'm just going to kind of look here at the back and see how high that is. And it's about, if you go like this, it's about going to be a 3-finger bubble that fits in there. So I'm going to make my little bubbles about 3 fingers. Right like that. Maybe a little teeny bit bigger than a 3-finger bubble. And then flip this down and then do a 3 bubble roll through. So I'm making 3 bubbles, and then the last one I'm just going to bring it over on the same side, mush it down to about 3 fingers, and then I'll hold that where I just twisted it, cut that off, let the air out, tie it, and then I'll go up here. I don't really have to roll this one through. I'm just going to tuck in the knot, pull this up above, give it a little tug, and tie it. I'll tie that 2 times, right like that, and then cut that remaining part of the balloon off right up above the knot. So you have this. Looks like a little pumpkin. And then you're just going to shove it in the body. So take it in there, spread that out, and tuck it in. That's your little owl's chest. So you have this, and then you need to give your owl a little nose. I kind of like them with those wings. You know, maybe you want to put a twist in the wing. I don't know, let's try it. Let's put a twist in the wing and see what he looks like. I'm trying with a little twist, and then I'm going to tuck them back in. I kind of like it like that. Maybe I'll start doing them like that instead. he has full wings. You could also probably like just leave them to the side, or you could tuck it, you know, you could tuck it down on that back bubble if you want to. That's an option too. Whatever you want your owl to look like, there's different options. You don't have to do the same thing every time, you know. So here's what we have. And then we're gonna take another piece of 260, which you can use one 260 and you can get the feet and the beak out of it. So for this one, I'm gonna inflate a little scrap piece of 260 goldenrod, and it's gonna be about 3 fingers that fit on top of that bubble. So I'm gonna guess that's about 2 inches. And then you wanna make a tiny little bubble, smaller than a cherry tomato, and twist that. Pinch twist it, pull the knot when you do that. And then take this little pinch twisted part, wrap it between the eyes. Just push it down from the top and flip it back up right there. So you have that. And then my eyes turning, you might have to flip your eyes back around. And then I'm just gonna take this so his beak looks like it's turned under. I'm just gonna take this part, if you have a little remaining part, and I'm just gonna kind of fold it under, but I'm not really gonna twist it. I just want that to go under. I'll wrap it around this pinch twist again, and then I'm just gonna kind of hide it behind where the eyes are going. So you have this. And I might need to straighten that out a little, like that. And now we're gonna put the eyes across. It looks like his body bubbles coming out after I played with the wings a little. So I'll tuck that back in. Alright. And then what we're gonna do is take a white 260, inflated about 2.5 or 3 fingers. It's 3 fingers when you smush it down. So about 2.5 fingers. Take the knot end of it, wrap it around one of these pinch twists on the ears. And we're going to smush this in half. Whoops. Smush it in half, right like that. Wrap it around the pinch twisted nose. Go to the other side, over here, and wrap it around that pinch twisted ear. And then what you want to do is tie it in a knot up here. Cut off above the knot, or break it off, and then hide this extra little piece in the back. Nobody will see that. If they do, they're really critical. They're looking for that. You know they're a balloon artist. Alright, and then hide your little knots. You just can tuck them in. You don't have to cut them off unless you want to. And then kind of push these eyes into the brown part. So I'm just going to kind of tuck them in a little. That's all. You don't have to. So I'm just tucking them in a little. I'm putting my hands back behind the brown. And I'm tucking it in a little so it doesn't look like they're bulging so much. So there's your eyes. And then your belly bubbles tucked in. And then we're going to draw little pupils right in there. So we just want to lay our hand on. Draw a round circle towards the center. You can put white circles in there if you want. It's up to you. And what I like to do with my owls are give them little feathers on the belly anyway. Because I think it adds to it and makes it look really good. So for this one, I'm going to just add little feathers. Okay, let's add the little feathers. So right on this belly bubble, you just put like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2. You can put, it doesn't matter, like 2 more if you want. But you can add little feathers right there. And if you want to, you can cut the tops of these off. You make the knots a little longer. And you can cut little things in there. You know how some of the owls have those little tufts of hair coming up at the top. That kind of looks cute too. So here is your little owl.